the weaver of whispers and the silent song. In the shimmering kingdom of Oakhaven, the air didn't just carry the scent of pine and wild honey, it carried stories. Every time a child laughed, a golden thread appeared in the air. Every time someone helped a neighbor, a silver ribbon would flutter by. Oakhaven was home to a young boy named Leo. Leo was a weaver, a person gifted with the ability to catch these floating threads and knit them into beautiful tapestries that hung in the Great Hall. These tapestries were more than just art, they were the history of the town's kindness. The competition of the clouds. One spring, the king announced a grand festival. The weaver who creates the most magnificent tapestry by the first moon of summer, the king proclaimed, shall be named the master artisan of Oakhaven. Leo was thrilled. He spent his days chasing the brightest golden threads of joy and the deep blue ribbons of wisdom. But he had a rival, Kale. Kale was fast. While Leo waited patiently for genuine moments of goodness, Kale had a different strategy. He realized that if he told a small, juicy secret about someone, a jagged, neon purple thread would appear. If he told a lie that made him look like a hero, a sharp, emerald green thread would spark into existence. The sparkle of shadow. By the second week, Kale's loom was overflowing with vibrant, neon colors. Look at mine, Leo. Kale sneered. Your tapestry is dull. It's all soft golds and pale silvers. Mine glows in the dark. Leo looked at his own work. It was quiet and steady. It felt warm to the touch, like sunlight on a blanket. Kale's tapestry, however, felt prickly. It buzzed with a strange, nervous energy. Where are you getting those colors? Leo asked softly. I just know how to make things happen, Kale replied, rushing off to spread a rumor that the baker was hiding the best tarts for himself. As he spoke, a dozen jagged purple threads of gossip flew into his hands. The heavy heart. As the weeks passed, Leo started to feel discouraged. He saw Kale being praised by the villagers for the brightness of his work. People were drawn to the loud, neon colors, not realizing the threads were made of whispers, lies, and mean-spirited jokes. Leo sat by the river, his hands empty. Maybe I should try to be louder, he whispered to a dragonfly. Maybe kindness is just too quiet. Just then, he saw Alara, an elderly woman who lived alone. She had tripped and spilled her basket of apples. No one else noticed. They were all crowded around Kale, listening to his latest exaggerated tale. Leo didn't think about the competition. He ran to Alara, helped her up, and spent the entire afternoon picking up her apples and walking her home. He missed the thread-catching hour entirely. But as he turned to leave Alara's cottage, a single, tiny thread drifted toward him. It wasn't neon. It wasn't even gold. It was clear, like a drop of pure water, but it shimmered with every color of the rainbow when the light hit it. It was a thread of sincerity. The day of judgment. The first moon of summer rose, and the village gathered in the great hall. Kale unveiled his tapestry first. It was massive and blindingly bright. The crowd gasped. It was flashy, bold, and impossible to ignore. It's magnificent. Some cried, though they found that looking at it for too long made their eyes ache. Then, Leo unveiled his. Compared to Kale's, it looked small. It was composed of soft colors and that one shimmering, clear thread running through the center. The king stepped forward to touch Kale's work. As soon as his fingers brushed the neon purple threads, the tapestry began to unravel. The colors turned into gray smoke, and the hall was filled with the sound of hissing whispers. Did you hear about the baker? Kale is the best, everyone else is bad. The beauty of the tapestry vanished because it was built on a hollow foundation. The threads were brittle because they weren't made of truth. Then, the king touched Leo's tapestry. Instead of smoke, a low, beautiful melody filled the room, the silent song. The tapestry began to glow with a warmth that made everyone in the room feel safe, loved, and seen. It didn't hurt the eyes, it healed the heart. The moral of the story. The king placed the master artisan's medal around Leo's neck. Kale, the king said firmly, you wove a story of shadows to gain a moment of light. But Leo wove a story of light to chase away the shadows. Kale looked at his pile of grey smoke and finally understood. A lie or a mean word might look bright and exciting for a moment, but it has no substance. It cannot hold weight. Leo went back to his loom the next day, not to win medals, but to catch the quiet, invisible threads of the world. He learned that integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. Kindness doesn't need to shout to be heard. Truth is the only thread that never breaks. From that day on, Oakhaven was a little quieter, but the tapestries in the hall grew more beautiful than ever before. For everyone knew that a single thread of sincerity is worth more than a mile of golden lies.